So this phenomenal game came out recently called Find Everything. Not only does it look great, but it plays great. It feels so smooth, and the music is just so catchy, happy. But what really sticks out to me is all the fun mechanics throughout the game, and the way that they're introduced to the player through some kind of training. You got stuff you can smash into, stuff you can break, you can rail grind. What is this, Sonic? You find places early in the game that you can't really seem to get to, but later on you'll learn a new mechanic that'll allow you to get there. But my favorite part of this entire game is really just the wall climbing. It feels so nice. And look at this, curved wall climbing. Nice. Not only does it have support for curved wall climbing, but moving stuff? Now come on, that's just too much. But it feels so nice. It's so easy to just recover from a fall and get back to it. They help you reach places you wouldn't normally be able to get to. I'm especially fond of the cylinders that actually move you because they're rotating. So because I like this so much, I thought today I would make a video showing you how I think I would recreate this kind of thing. If you're not the math type, don't worry, I'm not going to explain this like I'm some professor. So don't worry, I'll make this as fun as possible because, look at this. It is fun. We're making fun. This is game development. You can't make something fun if you're not having fun doing it. Unless there's money involved, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, let's open Studio and see what we can come up with. Behold, the test world of wall climbing! So I've gone ahead and built this little test world. Basically, the yellow parts are our version of the sponge. This is going to be the part that you're going to be able to climb on, just like the sponge and find everything. I want to be able to look at a wall and say, hey, I can climb that. So where do we start? So here's me, and here's the big bad wall that you have to climb. I need to make something that will find a wall in front of me, search in that area, and if there is a wall, climb it. Refer to this graphic as reference for the climbing. So yeah, that's basically it. But how are we going to make that happen, might you ask? Well, a nice way to find objects is a raycast. A raycast will act like a laser pointer. We're pointing from us towards the wall. Now say for example, this laser hits the wall right here. Well, now we know that we have hit a wall, so there is a wall here. And even better, we have a position where the wall has been hit. So we know that we can start climbing at this position here. Do some simple vector math with the normal vector and cross products, and boom! You can now stick to whatever wall you want. But you can't move, so you're more like one of those sticky hands, you know? Those things, the sticky hands. Now in order to actually move on the wall, I'm just going to port over this Roblox default movement. And I'm going to convert this default ground movement into wall movement. Just because we're on the wall doesn't mean we don't still have our regular controls. The benefit of doing it this way as well is that it will work on all devices. Xbox, mobile, computer, whatever. So we need to take this full circle of possible directions and turn it into something that I can use on the wall. Like before, these directions are vectors. So, guess what? You're never gonna believe this. More vector math, baby! We're gonna convert these vectors right here into ones on the wall. Kind of like this, where it's like on the wall. So basically, we're gonna take this circle here and rotate it. And if you can still make any sense out of all this, that's what we're going to do. To accomplish this, I'm going to take these directions that you're moving in, make them relative to this happy little camera guy right here, and go all the way back to the wall, and make them relative to the world again, as if the camera was looking up. Kind of like this. So now you basically have the same kind of thing going on, where you can move in a circle of directions, but this time, it is up and down instead of forward and backwards. Same kind of math, but now it's on a wall. Make it so you can jump on and off the wall, and yeah, it really is that simple. It just works. Although, there's still one more thing I want to do, because this feels a little bit snappy. It kind of pops, it teleports, like that. So I'm going to do something called lerping. Now don't be alarmed, because lerping is really simple. We have one thing called A, and another thing called B. Could be points, could be numbers, could be C. Don't worry about it. It's just A and B. And a lerp will give you a point between A and B, given A percentage. Right here, that's 50%. If you tell the lerp 50%, you'll get this right here, which is 50% the way from A to B. If you give it 10%, 90%, whatever, it's just gonna work. Don't worry about it. But if we call this every frame, right? Every single time the game draws a new frame, renders a new frame, whatever you want to call it, every 60th of a second. Well, we can have it get ever so slightly closer to B every frame, starting maybe at this much, this much, this much, this much. Basically, we're going to move by some percentage every frame, very quickly. Eventually we will land on B, because you can only have so much precision. Instead of going straight from A to B, it will let us take a smoother ride. And the effect this has on the wall climb is pretty nice, I think. It takes a second to stop, it takes a second to pick up speed. And the best part is, when you go on the wall, it doesn't just snap to the wall. It actually, takes a second to get you glued. It does have a few problems, such as this. But that's because when I did my vector math, I used up as a helper direction, directly up. And that doesn't really work all the time. But you know what? It works. It does the job. I don't think there's any wall climb in Find Everything that allows you to go straight on top of whatever you're climbing. So I think we've accomplished our goal here. Now, I'm going to show you some fun I had with this. By the way, I'm working on a game called Super Speedrun. It's a platformer type game based on speedrunning, being level as fast as possible. You gotta avoid crazy obstacles, stuff that kills you all the time. We got cool stuff here too, like the glider. Wind pushes you when you're using the glider. We also have the wall run. We got interactable objects such as the fence. It actually is based on your velocity. We got the grass, interactable grass, baby. We got checkpoints, of course. Interactable everything. When you beat a level, you get a medal. You get money based on how well you do. You've even got a store that's really in need of more things, but it's cool. It shows you all the stuff you can buy, all the money you can give us, and we're even working on a level editor right now. Build your own levels, upload them, see what other people think, see how bad other people are at the game at playing your level. So we're also gonna feature levels, so you make a real good level, maybe you get featured. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, we've got this little Discord server. If you want to keep up with that, feel free to join it. Game will be linked in the description. Thanks for watching. I really didn't intend to use this for anything other than just demonstration of how I would make this kind of thing. I think it was kind of fun. I'm sick right now, so I really needed something to do that wasn't just hard crap. So, if you appreciate this kind of thing, maybe I'll do more of this, recreating game mechanics just for fun. Maybe even a how-to. Oh. But yeah, any suggestions? Love to hear them. Comment. What kind of crap would you like to see me recreate?